This week on Dude Stuff.
What is going on, guys? So today we have been sent this awesome bike to review by a company called Shengmilo. This is the S600 model and it comes in this really nice light grey, like Audi Nardo grey kind of colour, which I really like. You've got two 26x4" fat wheels, and the thing I'm most excited about this bike is dual motor. Dual motor e-bikes are always a lot better, got a lot more torque off the line. Now obviously this comes in the country, like most e-bikes, limited, so for those who are concerned about the e-bike law, you don't have to have the throttle connected and you can have it limited to 15 miles an hour, so there's no issues there at all. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get straight out on this and I'll tell you more about the specs as we ride it. Let's go. Right guys, you have to excuse if it's a bit windy today. The weather isn't particularly that great. This is supposed to be English summer, but it's been raining for 2 days. Been out on this bike a little bit now and I have to say it's very comfortable. I think the frame's very well built with the integrated battery and the modern frame design. There's a little bit of thought gone into the frame on this bike and it's really nice. Very comfortable. Obviously you've got front and back suspension. You've got triple clamp forks up front and a rear shock on the back. Added with the fat tyres and a decent chassis or frame, gives a very comfortable ride. And now I've got this bike currently in level 5 mode, dual motor. It's pretty quick. I wouldn't say this is the quickest dual motor e-bike I've had, but we'll test the torque capabilities on a hill shortly. But it definitely is a lot faster accelerating than a single motor e-bike for sure. It's definitely, for someone that hasn't had an e-bike before, or someone that's ridden only a 250-watt e-bike, he's going to find this quite perky compared to what they're used to. Let's talk about the spec a little bit more of this bike before we do a hill test. The battery is 48 volts, 17.5 amp hours, which is pretty decent considering it's built into the frame. You don't normally see 20 amp hours plus on an integrated battery because the battery would just be too big to fit inside the frame, I think. But they have actually used Samsung lithium cells, so they've not cut any corners with the cost of this bike. You've got decent quality cells in it, which is always a good sign. It feels nice quality. It does feel, I don't know if I'll go as far as premium, but yeah, maybe. It's not cheap shit anyway, let's put it that way. The retail on this bike is, I think, currently £1,400. And motor wise, you've got dual motors, front and back 1000-watt hubs. And for those you worried, it comes in the country all fully legal, locked to 15 miles an hour. You don't have to have a throttle connected, so it's the best of both worlds, whether you want to stick to the e-bike law or whether you want to use this off-road. Being a dual motor bike, it gets up to speed pretty quickly and the top speed's not too bad on this. It's definitely not slow. Let's give it a go now. Not much space. Let's see what we can do. Whoa. I mean, obviously that was 15 miles an hour, but if that had been off-road and I wasn't using special effects, that would have been 30.2 miles an hour. Before we do an uphill test, we're going to do a downhill speed run. Seems quite busy. It's pretty much rush hour and it's a busy road, but if we get the chance, we're going to use the momentum of a hill rather than the electric power, of course, to legally roll up to top speed. Let's go. Straight up to 20. Oh shit. Let's try that again. The camera's all over the place. Yeah, 36 miles an hour, rolling of course. It's a pretty short, steep, dodgy hill, but Yeah, 36 miles an hour, pretty decent. Let's find a big hill to go up. Right, found a little hill that's very steep and a few hundred meters long. Would be very difficult to ride up on a normal bike, and a single motor e-bike will struggle up this hill. But now we're going to just send it full level 5 power mode, dual motor, and see if this bike struggles. I'm going to go throttle only just to see what the bike's capable without my help. And 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. Not struggling whatsoever. 20 mile an hour and accelerating still. Now that's a pretty steep hill, as you can see behind me with that van coming up here. You can see the level drop. That's quite a difficult hill to ride up, even on a normal e-bike single motor. So if you want to buy a bike for a hilly area, this is a good option. Now we've done the top speed and the hill test, let's talk about the braking on this bike. Now this bike is a big bike. I'll put the weight up on the screen now. It has got mechanical disc brakes, which, to be honest, they feel very, very good. Now, I'm a firm believer in how you've got the brake set up makes a huge difference. I've had bikes with V-brakes that perform better than hydraulic disc brakes. So it really depends on the brakes. Don't let them put you off that it's mechanical. So we're at the top of the hill now. We're going to accelerate down. We're going to accelerate up to 25 mile an hour and then brake and see how quick it can brake from 25 miles an hour. Maybe 30. We'll see. 25, 30. Ooh. I hope it comes out on camera how good the brakes are. Like, honestly, they are very decent, very bitey. Yeah, it's got a lot of power in the brakes, that's all I'm trying to say. Guys, I think this is a pucker little bike for the money. Check out the link in the video description if you want to buy this bike. I think it's about £1,400 converted from euros on the website, around about that money. And I think for that money, it's a really decent bit of kit. I like the colour of it, I like the build. It's got a decent amount of power to get pretty much anyone up a pretty big hill. This has got a suggested payload of 300 kilograms, which is insane. That's like 2 Dwayne "The Rock" Johnsons and a small woman as well. Like, could carry like 3 or 4 adults by the payload, which is insane. Not that you could fit 4 adults on there, but anyway, the accessories are good on it. You've got the carry rack as standard, the mud guards, you've got a headlight. You know, it's kitted out well. It's got a nice Yolin display. Full colour display on the handlebars, same as you get on the Kirby bike kit. The bike comes in at 35 kilograms, which is a little bit on the heavy side, but it is a big mountain bike. It is a big fat-tyre mountain bike with a decent range battery, so it is going to be a little bit weighty. So I think that's pretty much on point for a bike of this size. Rider height, it's a one size bike. It's going to fit riders, according to their website, about 165 centimetres to 200. Which, yeah, I think that's about right. Probably someone from about 5'4", 5'5", up to about 6'1", 6'2", maybe somewhere in that ballpark is going to be good for this bike. The range on the website is down at 30 miles, which I think is a very realistic range. Obviously, it depends on whether you're using throttle only, whether you're using, whether you're doing a lot of pedaling. It's a pretty realistic range, whether you're doing a lot of pedaling or not, whether you're using the throttle, it's going to make a huge difference. Hills, wind, rider weight, etc, etc. 30 miles is a good kind of average point for using this bike with a decent amount of power, which is pretty good. For a bike with an integrated battery, it looks this tidy. Yeah, this bike gets a thumbs up from me. It's a nice bit of kit, decent bit of money. I got stopped in the street to, you know, people asking about this bike, thinking it's going to cost thousands and thousands, and for around about £1,400 you can't go wrong. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you're not subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications button. Loads more content coming up soon. Thanks a lot to everyone for watching my videos, supporting the channel. We've just hit 35,000 subscribers and I'm really happy with the support from you guys, so thanks a lot. And I'll see you guys in a video soon. Take it easy.